क्या पापा के दिवान हुआ mega road show in Patna. Let me straight away show you the visuals around. You can see the massive amount of people who have gathered on the streets of Patna, and the road show has considered the highlights of the visit. Will start from the Dinker, Golambar, and move to the Nala Road, Thakurwadi, and Bakarganj, and a massive amount of people are requested by camera person just to pan around and show you the visuals. You can see on your screen that how thousands of people are requested by camera person just to pan around and show you the visuals. You can see on your screen that how thousands of people are requested.
तो आप देख सकते हैं कि कितनी बड़ी संख्या में लोग यहाँ पर एकत्रित हुए हैं और पुष्प वर्षा के जरिए यहाँ पर प्रधानमंत्री का भव्य स्वागत किया जा रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी भी कितनी बड़ी लोगों का अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। ये क्षण बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है क्योंकि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का जो कनेक्शन लोगों के साथ रहा है उसी की झलक यहाँ पर देखने को मिल रही है। और यही सब कुछ है कि जब लोग एकत्रित होते हैं तो प्रधानमंत्री की एक छवि पाने के लिए पहले से व्याकुल नजर आता है और ये तस्वीरें साफ तौर पर इसकी शांति पेश करती हैं।
Roadshow is underway, a mega roadshow in Bihar's capital. A Modi wave. Roadshow is underway, a mega roadshow in Bihar's capital. of Patna. Visuals on your screens are of the grand welcome that the people of Patna are giving Prime Minister Modi's roadshow. We have my colleague Sabyasachi now joining us on the phone line. Sabyasachi, talk to us. It's a mega roadshow. Days to go for polling in the two-phased election of Bihar, and this roadshow, the kind of reception that it has been given by the people of Patna, will end up having a lot to say when it comes to the final outcome of the elections. Sabyasachi, if you can hear us.
It's a massive road show. It's a grand road show of Prime Minister. It's a grand road show of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Patna, and thousands of people have gathered on the streets of Patna to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, it's a series of campaign and road show that has been held by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the NDA leaders in Bihar. First, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Ara. The second, he was in Nawada. And third is the grand road show on the streets of Patna. Now, it's a 3-kilometer long road show by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and is expected to join with the other leaders of the NDA as well. And massive crowd. What is important to note is that massive crowd has emerged on the streets of Patna to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, this very point Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been highlighting in every single campaign, in every single of his public address, that the support of the people of Bihar is with the NDA, and that could be seen on ground, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been highlighting that point. In fact, time and again, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been also talking about the Jungle Raj in Patna. He has been launching a series of attacks on the Congress party, on the RJD, stating that these two political parties only focus on their own parivar, and that is the agenda of the Congress and the RJD. And after the poll is over, they are once again going to fight against each other. Now, in today's public address as well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi very strongly highlighted that it's going to be the NDA government which is once again going to come in power in the state of Bihar, and massive support, massive crowd have emerged on the streets of Patna to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The city has been completely decked up for this grand road show. There has been numerous amount of restrictions which has been imposed by the local administration to make sure that the law and order situation is maintained during this address, during this road show of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now the NDA has been backing on the manifesto that it has released. In fact, the NDA time and again have stated that the NDA's manifesto banks on the growth, on the infrastructure, the entrepreneurship to drive Bihar's development. In fact, both the BJP-led NDA alliance as well as the India bloc have made tall promises in their 2025 election manifesto. In fact, if you talk about the NDA government, the NDA clearly have focused on the economically backward classes and women-related schemes. With the NDA have released around several resolutions as far as the manifesto is concerned, and the NDA has promised around 1 crore government jobs and have aimed to transform Bihar into a global skilling hub with mega skill centers in every district. And the NDA also plans to create around 10 lakh entrepreneurs.
Sabyasachi Roy there joining us with that live update on Prime Minister Modi's mega road show in Patna. We have Karan Verma, author and political analyst, now also joining us on the broadcast. Thank you, Karan, for taking time out to be with us. We are days away from the Bihar elections. A lot has been said all this while, especially even today. Sharp jibes from the Prime Minister saying that the RJD snatched the chief ministership at gunpoint from the Congress party, and you have Rahul Gandhi, with more of his jibes against the Prime Minister, this time saying he will do yoga asanas for voting. It has become the velvet gloves, so to speak, have come off. It's iron-fisted battles over here.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. But I think as the election dates are coming closer, people are getting to see two contrasting views, two contrasting visions for Bihar. And honestly, people look through the lies. When someone says that every family will have a government job, people look through it. People understand basic economics. People understand when the Prime Minister's mother was targeted repeatedly, when Rahul Gandhi disappeared after the biker rally, vote chori yatra and the entire bike rally, he just disappeared after that. Vote chori is no longer an issue. They tried to make it a giant issue, but nothing really came out of it. Plus, Rahul Gandhi, 2 months back, if you remember, when he was on this bike rally and he was asked a question, who would be the CM in case they win, he deflected that question. So yes, when the Prime Minister says that this was pretty much snatched by Tejasvi and his ilk, it's a fact. It is, as the Prime Minister coined it, a Latbandhan in pretty much every way. Plus the friendly fights that they are having on many seats where they fielded candidates. So it hasn't really done well for the India alliance, if I may say so. And at the same time, the BJP and JDU, they've had a pretty organic alliance. They declared their seats. There hasn't been much of infighting. They're very clear that Nitish Kumar is leading the alliance. So I think it's gravitating well. And with the Prime Minister's firepower during the last phase, I think it's advantage NDA the way I see it. They've managed the narrative. They've managed the coalition far better than RJD, despite RJD being more desperate because they've been out of power. But the anti-incumbency hasn't done well for the RJD and the Congress, or they failed to capitalize on that, the way I see it.
Oh, talk about it, anti-incumbency. Sabyasachi, Roy Chaudhary, the thing is, you have Nitish Kumar who runs a 20-year monopoly for the chief ministership. And this time around, all eyes will be on whether Tejasvi Yadav can break that monopoly.
Well, that's right. See, definitely, the RJD is hoping that they are going to give a tough fight to the BJP NDA alliance. Now, on ground, what we are seeing that in Patna, there are definitely sentiments for Nitish Kumar, because if you compare, people here have been comparing the period of Lalu Prasad Yadav with the period of Nitish Kumar. In fact, despite the law and order situation that we have seen in the recent days, how several attacks have taken place on the streets of Patna, and some of the attacks even very close to the resident of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, and as well as Tejasvi Yadav and Lalu Prasad Yadav. But the people in Bihar are hoping that this would be the last poll for Nitish Kumar, and the vote that would be casted would be on the name of Nitish Kumar. See, the NDA is extremely hopeful that they are going to repeat last year's performance. In fact, Home Minister Amit Shah clearly stated that the total number of seats which has been allotted to the BJP is going to win every single seat. Meanwhile, the fight on ground is quite intense. There has been massive campaigns after campaigns, both from the NDA as well as from the India bloc. Today itself, Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in one roadshow and two public address. On the other hand, Rahul Gandhi also was part of a public address, as well as Tejasvi Yadav. So the fight on the streets of Bihar is quite intense, with the India bloc and the NDA hoping that they are going to win. But both the parties have been backing on the manifesto. Now, if you talk about the NDA is backing on its manifesto, where they have announced benefits for the entrepreneurs, benefits for the economically backward class. Now, if you talk about the economic backward class, it is both the India bloc as well as the NDA, which have in fact announced a series of benefits for the economic backward class in their manifesto, whereas Tejasvi Yadav has announced that every single person will get a job from the state of Bihar, which the NDA clearly have called it a completely false narrative, stating that it won't be possible for Tejasvi Yadav or for the India bloc to fulfill this particular agenda that they have.
Okay, that's Sabyasachi Roy there joining us with that live ground report from Prime Minister Modi's roadshow in Patna. Latest visuals, live visuals coming to you straight from Patna of the Prime Minister's roadshow on your screens. We also have now Advocate Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, also joining us on the broadcast alongside Karan Verma. Karan, stay with us. Advocate Manasvi Thapar, thank you for taking time out to be with us over here. But talk to us. Look at the visuals on your screens. They tell a story. They're telling a story of the Bihar election, possibly, because that's the kind of response, that's the kind of crowds you've seen gathered for the Prime Minister's roadshow.
Correct. I think it's a high voltage election. I think it is very important for the BJP, and it is also very important for RJD and Congress this election. BJP for the effects it may have in the Lok Sabha assembly seats, that kind of effect it is very important for them to make sure that they win this election. And with JDU being there, JDU does not have any much ground level support. Being that said, that why? Because there is a huge anti-incumbency which is working against the present Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Though there are no corruption charges against him, but the second level leadership of JDU is filled with corruption, and that is something which will not go in favor of JDU. Having said that, BJP has a very strong grassroots level leaders there. BJP has a strong money bank. As per the latest ADR reports, what has been said, BJP spends around 65 crores on social media presence, while Congress is spending around 12 crores. So there is a huge gap in funding which BJP and the national other political party, which is Congress, is there. So the fight is basically going to be between BJP and RJD. Wherein JDU and Congress is relatively going to play the second role in this election. As for the statistical point of view, in the last three important elections, 2015, 20 and the recent Lok Sabha election, what we have seen is Congress strike ratio is for every three seats they have fought, they have converted into only one seat. So that is also very low for Congress. So this is a survival battle for Congress in Bihar. There is some kind of mismanagement, though the election campaign started a bit early for Congress by a vote chori allegation, which somehow went well. But after that, it somehow did not convert into large-scale momentum, which the opposition was hoping. Congress somehow does not have that booth level of management which BJP has. Only in two basic region, Congress is very powerful. Baglapur and Simapur area. Apart from that, Simanchal area. Apart from that, Congress district block level committees are also not very effective. So it's a tough battle for Congress and a very important battle for Congress. For BJP, it is one of those elections, and BJP has taken it very seriously. For JDU and Nitish Kumar, it seems to be like a last election, because what we have seen as per the trend of BJP and BJP alliances is wherever BJP forms an alliance, within the second or the third alliance, that particular party either collapses or joins completely with BJP. So that is going to be the case of JDU also. We have seen in the past many JDU leaders and small leaders, mid-level leaders have turned into BJP turncoats. So that is going to be a full swing for the BJP in from the JDU coming to BJP. And for Congress, it is a momentum which they could have built on, but somehow they could not build it on. I don't know, in the last 15 days, 1 month, that momentum they could not build up, which they did in the Vote Chori Abhiyan they had started. It just fizzled out. No one is talking about Vote Chori Abhiyan which they had started. So this is where Congress will lose momentum. And also the mismanagement in the seat sharing with RJD. That is also something is not going to be very clear for the voters of Bihar. So all this said and done, as of now, BJP-led NDA looks on the forefront, but there are challenges for them. If Congress now, because they being the large political national party, if they play a big brother role, give the momentum to RJD, somehow there could be changes.
Okay, Karan Verma, Manasvi Thapar seems to believe that the momentum, the Congress has not been able to hold on to the momentum because of so many issues. Even the Prime Minister, alluded to it today in his earlier rallies during the day about the rift within the so-called Maha Gathbandhan, and hence, that is going to be a major weak point.
Oh, absolutely. And I think one of the reasons, let's jog our memories to the past, one of the reasons why Tejasvi isn't the CM is because the Congress grossly underperformed in 2020. They won just 16 or 17 seats out of the 70 seats that they contested on. So the Congress has been a liability. Despite Congress being a liability, Rahul Gandhi came to the forefront. It was as if Rahul Gandhi is the star campaigner. Tejasvi was pretty much in the backseat during the initial phase. His biker rally, vote chori claims, his Padyatra. Today, the Prime Minister made an interesting observation. He said, Yuvraj ki Padyatra ne Jungle Raj ke Yuvraj ko paidal kar diya. So, that speaks a lot, because at that time, Rahul Gandhi wasn't ready to cede an inch to Tejasvi. Tejasvi was pretty much seen as a sideshow, which didn't do too well for their campaign. And after that, when Rahul Gandhi disappeared, Tejasvi knew it was high time that he snatched the ball and he snatched the position for him. But it was too little too late. And when Rahul Gandhi today, when he comes back, he makes all sorts of grandiose claims. He insults Chhat Puja. He insults the Prime Minister in the most vicious manner, which doesn't go well with the voters. Leave aside whether it's good, healthy political rhetoric or not. It doesn't give you rich political dividends to insult the Prime Minister or to pass a loose statement regarding Chhat Puja. So RJD is in a fix as far as that is concerned. But what is disheartening is that despite being in opposition for so many years, RJD could not bring together a proper narrative. They should have done much better than what they've done. Giving tickets to someone like Osama, who's Shahabuddin's son, saying Shahabuddin Amar Rahe, all of this doesn't do too well. Let's not forget they carry an albatross of Jungle Raj from so many years. We've heard all those vivid tales of Jungle Raj affected the state. So they should have done much better. It should have been a far more close contest. Okay. Now it's just gravitating towards the BJP from what I see.
Okay. Let's now take this across to Sabyasachi Roy, who joins us live from Patna. Sabyasachi, if you can get some reactions from the people around you, where you're standing, you're smack in the middle of the roadshow of Prime Minister Modi in Patna.
Well, that's right. I'll try to speak to the people, because people have turned out in massive numbers, in fact, large numbers, to see Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We'll try to get a quick word from them, ask them. सर, आपसे पूछूंगा, मोदी जी का जो रोड शो था किस तरीके से देखे?
हम देखे नहीं है, इतना भीड़ था कि अब देखे नहीं।
अच्छा, क्या लग रहा है इस बार का चुनाव?
बिहार में इतना बड़ा क्राइम हो रहा है, अब मोदी जी रोड शो कर रहे हैं, अब क्या करें?
आप क्या कहेंगे मोदी जी के रोड शो में आज आप आए?
हाँ, बहुत खुशी हुआ कि मोदी जी के देख लिया।
6 दिन में देखिए बिहार में चुनाव होने वाले हैं, क्या मुद्दे हैं इस बार के चुनाव के?
अच्छा है, विकास से मोदी जी के वोट देंगे।
क्या मुद्दे हैं महिलाओं के इस बार के चुनाव?
हाँ, बहुत खुश है। मोदी जी बहुत महिला के लिए बहुत किए।
कोई मुद्दे नहीं है?
क्या
मुद्दे कोई नहीं है?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं, खुशी है मोदी जी।
Well, there you go. That people are happy. In fact, the voters, the female voters with whom I was speaking, says that this year there is no mudda. In fact, another voter pointed out that the law and order situation in the state of in the state of Bihar, in fact, in the couple of incidents that we have seen that happened on the streets of Patna, that also have given a lot of arms and ammunition to the opposition, be it the leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, or Tejasvi Yadav. All of them have been speaking that how the law and order situation has crumbled under Nitish Kumar and under the BJP rule. Now clearly the war of words clearly highlighting, increasing between the political parties, with the political parties upping its ante, because just a few days left for the first phase of poll in the state of Bihar.
Few days left for the polling day for Bihar. The latest coming to you straight from the roadshow in Patna. Prime Minister Modi's nearly 3-kilometer long roadshow after a bunch of rallies earlier in the day. That's the latest live report coming in. Let me take this across to Manasvi Thapar as well. Advocate Manasvi Thapar, talk to us. There is that feeling, at least on the ground at this stage. You saw that reaction that's coming in as well, that there are no major issues that people are of Bihar are voting on. It is a general acceptance that what has been happening in the recent past has been good.
No, I saw two visuals. One visual was that there are crime rates ab aa rahe hain Modi ji, and other was the women saying there ki we'll vote for Modi ji, and they're happy with Modi ji being there. They're seeing Modi ji. So there are two visuals. So we can see any visual we want to see. But having said that, the reality is also somewhere this kind of confused only. Yes, there is crime in Bihar. Yes, unemployment is massive there. Yes, there are migration issues which Bihar faces across the country. Yes, there are exam paper leaks. More than 7 exam papers leaks have happened in the last 3 years. So these things are there. This completely says about the government which is in fatigue. So there is no doubt about that. So where was the double engine when exam papers were getting leaked? Where was the double engine when youth wants employment? So where is the double engine working there? So these are questions which BJP also have to answer. It has been there. They have been power. BJP in power since last 11 years in the center. Nitish Kumar has been in power since last 19 years. Since there is anti-incumbency factor, now is the time. Whatever they have said, how much have they delivered from the last election to previous election till today? Have the delivery been there? There is nothing against Tejasvi Yadav. He was barely deputy chief minister, and when he was the chief minister, the youth of Bihar also remembers that during that particular time he had cleared recruitment worth 3 lakh vacancies. So this was also a part of his particular tenure, which was very limited. And this he has taken his entire politics from a caste-based centric party to a job-centric party. So there is a youth, and which is a large amount of youth, which is educated, skilled, and still employed, which focuses on Tejasvi Yadav's politics. And so these combinations are there in favor of RJD. So we can't simply say that everything is hunky-dory for BJP and JDU. While there are mixed reviews, we can't say right now, sitting here, yes, the momentum in terms of electoral machinery of each political party, in terms of presenting it to their voters, could be weak from the RJD and Congress point of view. Having said that, but the muddas are still there, the issues are still there. They may not be the best of performers in terms of rally performances, in terms of giving a speech. They may not be the best of people, but the issue of unemployment stands there. And this is something which the BJP and the JDU has to answer at the time of vote. The issue of exam leaks, that is still there. So these are multiple issues, and corruption in JDU is still very much prevalent. So these issues have to be countered by the JDU and the BJP, and they have to answer this. Congress has not been in power since last 19 years. The RJD has not been in power since last 19 years. So what is against them? Nothing. So they are yet to prove their mettle. They are yet to prove their manifesto. On the contrary, those people who have failed in their manifesto is, look at the last manifesto of BJP and JDU. 70% of those things have not been even started. So these are questions which they need to answer to the people of Bihar. So these are things which will be taken into consideration. Yes, the campaigning could be weak and is weak. There is no could be, is weak of Congress and RJD. That could be lack of vision, that could be lack of proper funding. Apart from that, not that the delivery of BJP and JDU has been excellent, exemplary. That is not the kind of delivery we have seen for Bihar in the last 5 years.
Fair enough. Advocate Manasvi Thapar there weighing in even as we continue to bring you the live visuals straight from Patna, where Prime Minister Modi's roadshow, 2.8 kilometer long roadshow, is underway as we speak. It's been a day of rally after rally, both from Prime Minister Modi and the opposition. We have Sabyasachi Roy, in fact, at the roadshow, continue to get us live updates from there. Sabyasachi, talk to us if you can get some more reactions from the ground.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is participating in a grand roadshow on the streets of Patna, and a massive number of people have turned out to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, what is important to note that this particular roadshow is for the NDA candidates. In fact, after the rally is over, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to have a dinner with the NDA leaders in Patna, and all the top NDA leaders are expected to be present in that dinner. Now, the NDA has been showing extreme confidence, as be it Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, or other leaders from the NDA who are campaigning day and night on the streets of Bihar. In fact, they have been speaking about the previous government, the former government of the RJD, and how the people of Bihar were under the jungle Raj. In fact, today also Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted that both for Congress as well as for the RJD, the Parivarwad is extremely important. And if you talk about the NDA, Prime Minister Narendra Modi clearly stated that for the NDA, if you are from the backward classes, then that you will be in the priority list of the NDA. So the messaging from Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been very much clear, because just few days left for the first phase in the state of Bihar.
Left, the countdown is on for the elections in the state of Bihar. Sabyasachi Roy there joining us with that those live ground updates from Patna. Karan Verma, even as this roadshow, mega roadshow, carries on the streets of Patna, and you're seeing the streets of Patna are just jam-packed. There is absolutely no space left. Many have turned out just to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. I think the decision on who they're going to vote for is already done. This is just a matter of offering their salutations to the leader that they've all turned out in massive numbers to catch a glimpse of in Patna.
So what's really enthralling, I would say, is that brand Modi is still intact. I mean, it hasn't had any fatigue. So many years. This is his third term. Many had started writing obituaries post the Lok Sabha 2024 that now at least brand Modi is on the decline. But it's been on an absolute roll since the Lok Sabha elections. And the Prime Minister continues to draw massive crowds, continues to dominate every single narrative, and his word still carries weight. I mean, they won in places where people weren't giving them a chance. They won in Haryana, then they had a thumping victory in Maharashtra, and the Prime Minister has led many of those campaigns. Delhi, they won. So I think it's BJP on a roll. And when Manasvi, our good friend Manasvi, he was talking about delivery. It's very important to buttress the point that back in 2005, when the Lalu Prasad government left, at that time amongst the rural households, 2% had a tap water connection, 7% had a toilet, and hardly any, almost close to 2 or 3% had a gas connection or an electricity connection amongst the rural households. Today, they've saturated it to 100%. They may not have electricity for 24 hours, but at least they have an electricity connection. So, that is a huge delivery at the social sector level, if I may say so. And as far the BJP's strength is, they cover every single base. So yes, unemployment was an issue. Migration is still an issue. Unemployment continues to be an issue. But just before the elections, the Prime Minister and the state government, they came up with this Mahila Rozgar Samman Yojana, because of which 10,000 were given directly into the bank accounts of 75 lakh women. So again, that's acted as a booster. So they really know how to get their act together from a coalition point of view, from a narrative point of view. This BJP machinery delivers also, and they know how to win elections also. So we're seeing pretty much a glimpse of that. And the Prime Minister will always be their star campaigner, and he's right there in the middle of the action.
Prime Minister Modi's mega roadshow underway in Patna, even as there are just days left for polling in the two-phase elections. Bear in mind, 6th of November is the first polling day, and then 11th of November in the second phase, and then counting, and the results being announced on the 14th of November. We here at News 9 are getting you all the build up to the elections, and make sure you tune into News 9 on election day as well, when we will be getting you the sharpest of analysis. But for now, let me take this across to my colleague Sabyasachi Roy, who is bringing us live updates from the ground in Patna. Sabyasachi, these visuals are, really, they don't leave anything to the imagination, because, this is the kind of reception that will, sort of put the stamp on the kind of, wave that is sweeping this election, at least at this stage, with just days to go. There seems to be a very obvious public sentiment.
Well, that's right. See, the number of people who have turned out on the streets of Patna just to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi clearly speaks that the people of Patna, in fact, have come out on the streets to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In fact, this is the very point which every single NDA leaders have been highlighting, that the support is with NDA, the support is with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the support is with Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. In fact, the NDA is extremely confident because several of the top leaders from the NDA, whether it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, all of them have claimed that the BJP is going to win every single seat that they are fighting in the state of Bihar. And straight away they have launched an attack on the Congress, on the RJD, and also in various rallies, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also have highlighted the infighting that has taken place between the India bloc, how there was a fight on the seat sharing between the India bloc, between the RJD, between the Congress and the VIP, and the BJP clearly have ruled out that in politics there is no friendly fight. Either you contest polls or you don't contest polls. There is no friendly fight in politics. So time and again heavy attacks have come in towards the India bloc from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and today also in both the public address in Bihar itself, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has clearly stated that it was the RJD who had put a gun on the Congress party and declared the CM face. So such attacks have been coming from Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the NDA bloc, which the NDA clearly highlighted that both the RJD and the Congress party only focuses on one parivar, and the politics only surrounds on parivarwad. So it's a heavy attack that has come in from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and these statements have come in from him in both the public address that he has made from Bihar today.
Continue to join us with those live updates straight from the rally. Let me take this across to Advocate Manasvi Thapar. Advocate Manasvi Thapar, you know, that's a term that has been bandied about quite a bit this time around. Don't bring back Jungle Raj. It's as if, you know, the NDA is reminding the people of Bihar, do you want to go back to those days of the past?
Yeah, so NDA has to speak on that because they don't have anything to speak on employment. They don't have anything to speak on migration issue. They don't have anything to speak on the paper leaks which is happening. So the youth of Bihar, educated, skilled, goes to an exam, gets a paper leak. There is no answer from the NDA point of view or that particular front. Yes, BJP has a strong leader. BJP, NDA and JDU is surviving on the brand of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Apart from that, there is nothing going in favor for them. We have to accept this particular fact. As my friend said, that Bihar had some statistics which was given by him on the tap water issue. On the contrary, in 2005, the tap water statistics of entire India was 29%, and from 2005 to 2011, it increased to 41%. So it's an ever-growing process. India grows every year. India grows every day. So there are going to be change of statistics. If you compare India from what India is from today to 10 years ago, it is obviously going to be a better statistic. So that does not change the narrative. The narrative of Bihar is not going to be changed for the first time on tap water issues, on issues of anything else which are diversionary. For the first time in this particular election, it is over and above caste politics also. For the first time, the people of Bihar, and specifically the people of the youth of Bihar, is asking, what about our jobs? What about our welfare? And these are the questions they have to answer. NDA has to answer this. What is the mechanism in which you are going to generate jobs for us? And also, let me remind you, 5 years back, the margin between the NDA and the Mahagathbandhan was less than 0.5%. So having said that, this can go anywhere. This does not mean just because we have the greatest of greatest rallies that will convert into votes. We have very strong muddas which are against JDU, NDA, BJP, which those are unanswered. The only thing going against RJD and Congress is Parivarwad, Jungle. What about Rozgar Raj? And that also has to be answered. So this is an interesting election. I won't say that this is entirely in the favor of RJD
Right,
and Congress.
right.
And can't I say that it is entirely in the favor of BJP?
Fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Advocate Manasvi Thapar and Karan Verma, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us, and thank you so much, Roy, for getting us all those live updates from Patna. And with that, it's a wrap here from my side. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it.
भारत सरकार ने सभी देशवासियों के हित में हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस से जीएसटी पूरी तरह से हटाकर 0 कर दिया है। इससे हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस काफी सस्ता हो गया है। पॉलिसी बाजार पर अब 1 करोड़ का हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 550 रुपए महीने से शुरू। policybazaar.com।
सर, वाटर प्रूफिंग के लिए बेस्ट है।
वेंकी जी, एक छोटा सा गिफ्ट बिरला ओपस एश्योरेंस देने के लिए।
ऐसा क्या है इसमें?
1 साल में वाटर प्रूफिंग को कुछ भी हुआ तो वापस करके देंगे।
वापस करके देंगे?
वो भी फ्री। पेंटिंग में पहली बार बिरला ओपस एश्योरेंस। रजिस्टर करो birlaopus.com पर।
Breaking news: major disruption is expected this week.